Good morning. It's Ada Sparks here with a word of hope. Well, yesterday I told my husband when he got home from work, I felt like it was 9/11 again. On 9/11, I was working in the office of the city clerk's office in Alaska, and the man I worked with was from New York City, and his brother worked in one of the Twin Towers, and we hadn't heard from him. And all day we sat on pins and needles as we watched the footage of the Twin Towers, and we waited to hear from his brother. Every time the phone rang, we just grabbed for it with anticipation, hoping and praying. It wasn't until 3 o'clock that afternoon that we finally heard from him, and I happened to be the one that answered the phone. And I just burst into tears. Oh, we've been waiting to hear from you. It still makes me emotional when I remember that moment. And yesterday was like that. We had had a sleepless night, worrying about my parents and other friends and family that had chosen to stay. So yesterday, we literally just paced the floors as we waited to get reports, trying to get in touch with family members and friends and hear reports of my sister and my two nieces and their families who are here staying with us. And did their homes make it? Did they not make it? At one point, my niece had gotten a report that her home was no longer there because the one next to her was completely demolished and there was just a pad. That's what she had been told, that there was just a pad, a concrete pad where her home had been. And it was just so stressful. I cannot even tell you the amount of stress that was in our house yesterday. And at the end of the day, I think we had one report of a friend's house, my sister's in-laws, who will be a complete loss. Their roof was gone, and a number of friends' churches were, a loss. But overall, just damage, and everyone is alive. And so as I cleaned up the limbs out of our own yard last night and put my own back porch together this morning, I just thought, where do you start? Where do you begin to start? And my sister came out this morning and she said, I want to be helping. I want to get back to Lake Charles and I want to start helping. Of course, we've already decided they'll probably stay for a while. And we've just said, where do you begin? The scripture says, my help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. And I think that that's what I would say, is that's where we begin, is with the Lord, and just say, Lord, I don't know where to start. I start with you. I start and just say, Lord, I start with you because I need peace. I need peace in my heart. I need peace in my mind. I need some rest. I know that's where I was last night. I start with you. So to everyone who's going through a storm right now, let's just start with him. And be wise, not afraid.